Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 4. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hi, Tracey.
Hi, Noelle. Thanks so much for joining me. And I want to thank every single person that's been listening. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm. I love you guys. I think about you all the time.
There are some people that are new. There are some people that are old, and we appreciate every single one of you. And thank you to everyone that's been giving us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on iTunes because, it makes me happy.
Yeah, we love you. We super appreciate it.
We super love you. So I just really want to encourage everyone who's been listening to please continue to leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We got one from Mrs. Robinson 11 that says hilarious, 5 stars. This is my new favorite podcast. I'm a huge fan of Tracey and Noelle's other trash talk shows, and I started watching Catfish just to listen to this one. I'm so glad that I did. They're so funny. I love you, Tracey and Noelle. Well, we love you too, Mrs. Robinson 11.
To you, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, okay. Well, if you guys turn off the podcast now, I totally understand why.
I wouldn't blame you.
I don't blame you at all. So also check out our Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast for so many bonus episodes. We have over 200 bonus episodes, which include BS, which is our favorite podcast, the bonus podcast.
That's my all-time favorite podcast.
And then also we have 16 and Pregnant Trash Talk, Unexpected Trash Talk, 90 Day Fiance Self-Quarantine Trash Talk. There's so many great things to experience on Patreon. That's patreon.com/trash talk podcasts. And as always, make sure you're following us on social media. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and Stereo. And Noelle is at Noe Girl.
What? You got to follow us. You just have to.
You got to follow us. And guess what, Noelle? ABC Monday, The Bachelorette is back. Katie's journey to find love begins, and the drama starts night 1 when one man arrives in a box.
But what does that mean?
I don't know. Who is this mystery man? Is he part in the whole package? And the biggest question of all, have we seen him on a season of The Bachelorette before? And this season, our Bachelorette has 2 friends on the inside. Bachelor Nation fan favorites, Tysha and Caitlin, stepping in to help make sure Katie knows who's there for the right reasons and who should take a moment and say their goodbyes. The Bachelorette premieres Monday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Now, also, we're here to cover season 8, episode 36 of Catfish, Bryn and Stephanie. Can we just say Bryn?
Okay, so when I was reading it at first, I was like, oh, Bryn and Stephanie.
Bryn.
You're missing a vowel.
You're missing a few things. There's a lot of things that are off in this episode.
Yes.
So I love that we start off and we're still in Ariel's office, but we only address it for the first time now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, now I know this is a chop shop job.
This is very choppy
Mm-hmm.
because so a few episodes ago we started filming. Actually, this entire season we started filming in Ariel's office.
Yeah.
And we've addressed it almost every single time as if it's brand new.
Right. But this time it's like especially new.
Right. So he explains that we're in Ariel's office. This is where the Catfish movie started in New York
We've
City.
heard this before.
So this must have been filmed as the first intro of the first episode of the first season. But then also a few episodes ago, they explained it again. He was like, oh, I'm using my brother Ariel's office. Oh, look, here he is.
Right.
So this definitely must have been filmed first. Okay, so now we were introduced to Bryn. He's 23. He's from South Carolina. And then also Stephanie, she's from Washington. She's a traveling nurse. And
what
they
is
met.
that?
It's not real. That's what it is. It's a traveling nurse.
Okay.
They met through mutual friends. Listen, maybe it's real, but definitely not during a pandemic.
I'm like, is that like a doctor without borders? Like, what is this?
It's a nurse without without planes. Yeah, it's a homeless nurse. That's what she is. So they meet through mutual friends, which is really not explained yet. They have phone conversations, but she's too busy to meet or video chat.
Right. And it's like, I get that, but you can't even text her. You can't text. You can't send her pictures. You can't text.
You can't even call her because you don't have her phone number. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's at his grandma's house. I like the shade that Neve throws. He goes, oh, I like your tchotchkes.
I tried to write that. I didn't know how to spell tchotchkes.
It's okay. I know how to spell it in my mind. So he's at his grandma's because he lived with his ex-girlfriend in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and they
Right.
broke up 6 months ago. But he's been talking to
Mhm.
Stephanie for a year.
Gross.
So off the back, I don't like him already.
Yeah, you saw he's very cute though, which is
Super
annoying.
cute, seems pretty nice, but you know what? Not great.
Yeah, you're a scumbag. You just are.
Exactly. So Spartanburg, South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina. I've actually been to Spartanburg, South Carolina. There used to be a music venue that the band that I worked with used to play down there.
Tracy's been all over South Carolina. I've been there,
Wow.
but I haven't been as much as
What
you have.
what a brag, huh?
Listen, you've been all over everywhere, but especially South Carolina.
I've been all over South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, she's been all over South Carolina. Put your hands together for Tracey Carnazzo.
What?
Oh my God. I've been to Columbia. I've been to Spartanburg. I've been to Greenville. You're welcome. All right. Anyway. So he met this girl through Isaac's. What is happening with the spelling of these names?
That's not real, right? Like
I mean, it's as
wants
real
his
as
name.
Brian.
I think Brian, like his parents didn't like him, but I think that Isaac, he wants to be trendy.
Yes. So ISAAX, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So he's on TikTok and they're just like TikTok friends. They stumbled upon each other, yada, yada, yada.
Mhm.
And Isaac reaches out and goes, "Oh my God, I think you would really be a great couple with my friend Stephanie.
So random.
Can I give her your phone number?" And he's like, "Sure." He looks at some pictures. He's like, "Sure." So she calls from a block number.
Mhm.
Doesn't have her number and they can't text. He can't contact her. She's 22.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I was watching this and I'm like, it's got to be Isaac, but then I'm like, no, because he talks to her on the phone.
Right, and that's where you lost me too. So now she's 22 and she's also had a very hard life. And we find out that Brian's grandparents adopted him when he was 3 months old.
Right.
You know, his parents are not in his life. All of these things. So they're bonding over their rough lives.
And they say, "I love you."
They say it right away, 2 months in.
Yeah. They're all the way but here's the thing. In 2 months, he still had a girlfriend.
He was talking to this girl on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have her phone number.
Uh-huh.
He's never video chat. He loves. Okay,
Mhm.
that's great.
Mhm.
So now also we find out, like many catfish couples, they're cybering at night.
But the thing is, they're legitimately cybering because there's no pictures involved.
They're phoning.
Like ASL.
Right.
Age,
So
sex, location.
yeah, but no ASL because I know S2R, no send to receive.
Oh, I don't even know that one. Wow. All right.
Send to receive. It means that
Yeah.
you send if you want my picture, you send yours.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, S2R. Come on, Noelle.
I don't know. I didn't do that very much.
I like how Cammie's like, "Oh, you guys talk intimately at night," and then she does the jerk off motion.
Yeah, she's very funny.
He goes, "Yeah, I just call it jibber jabber." She's like, "Oh yeah, jibber jabber."
Yeah, is that what you
Jerk-off
call
motion.
it?
I loved it. I really loved it. So she's like, "All right, let's see pictures of her. Is
Right.
she like a nurse or is she like the cover of the Blink 182 album Nurse?"
Which is hilarious.
Again,
Because we
I'm
all know
dying.
who that is. We just all know.
Exactly. So now Neve says something kind of weird.
That she has Latin flavor.
Yes.
What the hell was
What is she,
that?
a spicy Latina, Neve?
Gross.
What does
Come
she have
on.
an attitude because of her heritage?
And he knows better. I feel like, Neve, what are you doing?
Latin flavor.
I hated it.
I hate when people say
Mhm.
things like
Yeah,
that.
me too. Spicy Latina. Shut up.
Oh my God. I could go through a list of 20 different things that people say that is so racist that they don't even realize is
No,
racist.
but they don't realize it. That's the thing. I
Yeah,
know
but come on, do better. You live in New York City.
It surprises me that he hasn't done better.
Yes. So so him and Isaac haven't spoken.
Right. Since I guess the phone number.
Right. And but they've never and he's never asked more about Stephanie.
Okay, that's weird.
Yes, that's a flag right there.
I'd be like, "Hey, what's up with your friend?"
Yeah, why can't I have her phone number? Okay.
Right. Is she really a traveling nurse?
How did you guys meet?
Right. Have you ever met her in person?
You know what's really good about traveling nurses in a pandemic?
What?
If you're not already infected, you could go to other places and maybe get infected, or maybe you could just get infected on the plane and then fly right in and go into a hospital and just start working on a patient after you've been traveling.
I mean, that sounds like the job for me.
It's very good. It's very because why would you when everyone's not supposed to be traveling, why not just make the nurses travel?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, like I said, Doctors Without Borders. I was very confused.
Nurses without homes. So they do the image search first, no hits.
Right.
Then they do Facebook. They
Right.
type in everything, and then all of a sudden this seemingly fake profile comes up. Stephanie works at McDonald's, and it's kind of like probably like oh LOL, I work at McDonald's.
They haven't been active since 2013.
Right.
So
No
it's
big
like,
deal.
okay. Mhm.
So Isaacs is from this same tiny little town in Washington with 20,000 people.
Very interesting. Moses Lake.
Yes,
Sounds like a wild place.
and then also he seems to be in a same-sex relationship.
Right.
So it's like, oh, okay.
Right. So it can't be Isaac because Isaac's in a happy relationship.
Right.
Right. So who is this?
We're not sure. So now they reach out to Isaacs, and this is the weird thing. They're
Tell
like,
me.
hey, Isaacs, we're helping Brian with his friend Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're helping Brian with your friend Stephanie. That was a weird thing to me. So they invite him to the Zoom. Automatically, he pops up. He has very intense sunglasses on.
I know, but you know why that is.
Tell me why.
Because he doesn't want us to see his colored contacts that he has on later on.
What flavor are they?
He can't, they're vanilla. He knows that he can't show his mental illness that early.
This is a theme on Catfish. Okay.
Oh, you're right though. I'm like, why are these sunglasses so dark? I
Right?
can't see anything about him.
Seriously. So now he's like, oh yeah, but actually she's in town right now, and she's staying at this specific hotel right in town. But she lives there, but she has to stay in a hotel?
Right. If she's going to see her mom, why isn't she staying there?
So they ask how she met, and he goes, oh, I met at the apartments. Isaacs, you didn't plan this out very well. We met at a party 9-10 years ago when we were 12. When she was 12 years old, I met her at a party.
I mean, New York, that wouldn't be that odd.
People party here. It's like Mexico. That's what he says.
I know. What is with this show?
Moses Lake
Right.
is like Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a real Tijuana. It's the Tijuana of Washington.
It's the party capital.
I love when I go to a party in Moses Lake, and I wake up in the bathtub with my kidneys missing. I'm just in a bathtub of ice.
At the apartments.
At the the apartments.
You went there when you were 12. The apartments.
When you started like partying real hard when you were 12?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, now also this Facebook, by the way,
Yes.
it's like the current pictures that he sent to her.
Right.
She's 13 in these pictures.
Right. I don't understand.
But we don't really address that either. Okay, so now he said that she's in town staying at this hotel. He can't give her number out, but he will contact her.
Right.
Sure. So he calls the hotel and he asks for her. Neve calls the hotel and asks for her.
Right.
They connect him. She doesn't pick up.
I see, but when they connected him, that's when they got me. I'm like, oh, she's a person.
Right. So now they talk to Brian. They explain that she would have been 12 years old. They okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of people recording from an Airbnb, recording from this staged apartment, or they clean out their. Why didn't Brian get a staged apartment? Because there was a corner of clutter.
I know. I
in the
was
background.
wondering this too, but I did like that George the boxer joined.
Okay, I
Georgie.
loved George the boxer. He looked like he might have been mixed with Pitbull.
Yes.
George was so attentive.
Yeah, he was very cute.
He was so concerned. I loved him so much.
Yeah, he was good. I would like him have to been there the whole time.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
As a support boxer.
Yeah, you never know when you need a support boxer.
So now Stephanie calls Neve. It's
Right.
always now the new theme of this show
Mm-hmm.
is that they hit them up like real late night
Right, but his phone said 6:49.
in PM.
It didn't say. It just said 6:49. But here's the thing: Cammie's 3 hours behind, so he called Cammie at 3:49 in the morning.
So maybe
I don't know, right?
don't
Or
know.
was it at night where they pretend sleeping? I don't know.
who knows. So now this is an older woman's voice.
Yes.
she was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't think it was that serious. I'm in a relationship. I have a family.
It's like, wait, what?
You're 22.
Mhm.
You've been talking for a year. So that means, when did you have this kid? Are you on 16 and pregnant?
Right. And how many do you have? What kind of a relationship are you in? Are you married?
Okay, but also when people say like I have a family, usually I will tell you, I think men usually say that.
They do.
That's like when I hear like I have a family, I think of like a businessman.
Sure.
Like running out of his office with a briefcase to go cheat on his wife.
Yes. And then he tells her,
and he's like, don't let my family find out.
I can't leave my family for you. I'm not gonna break up my family for you.
Noelle, we have the same exact imagination.
Mhm.
So she's like, I just thought we were being flirty.
Okay.
He's a
not true.
younger boy.
Okay. That's weird.
And Neve's like, listen, whatever. He deserves the truth. Why don't you just talk to us? And she's like, I'm not going to risk my family.
But the looks on Neve's face are what get me for this whole show. Him and Cammie, they're like, that's the only thing that makes me laugh.
They roll their eyes as they're talking on the phone with these people.
Mhm.
So she doesn't sound 22. And she said she'll call back tomorrow.
Okay. It's like, okay, sure you will. I'm sure you're going to actually call back tomorrow.
Well, that might happen tomorrow, but guess what happens tonight? ABC Monday, nothing says summer's back like a brand new season of The Bachelorette. Katie's journey to find love begins with 30 new men, all hoping to be the one to get her final rose. And the drama starts night one when one of these men arrives, your favorite, Noelle, in a box.
I can't wait to see why.
Who is this mystery man? Is he, pardon the pun, the whole package? And the biggest question of all, have we seen him on a season of The Bachelorette before? And this season, our Bachelorette has two friends on the inside. Bachelor Nation fan favorites.
That's awesome. I'm glad she has friends.
Well, they're stepping in to help make sure Katie knows who's there for the right reasons and who should take a moment and say their goodbyes. No word yet if Katie's got her buzzing bestie with her. You know, that vibrating. Well,
interesting.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Will Katie find love? Good vibes and the happy ending she's looking for? Will the mystery man in the box give her a ring in the box? Join the journey as the new season of The Bachelorette premieres Monday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Holla.
All right, so I was going to say Stephanie. Stephanie, yeah? Stephanie. Wow.
No, you were right.
Like a brain. The wires in my brain haven't been totally connected.
Well, don't forget, a couple episodes ago we had Stephanie with a Y.
Yeah, this is Stephanie with an F and a Y. Okay.
Yeah.
So, she gives a number, and she says, "All right, listen, you can't call because I'm with my family.
Right, my family.
I'm breastfeeding.
I'm wet nursing.
I'm wet nursing my husband and my 5 kids. So just text me because I could text while I breastfeed."
Right. Okay. So let's text.
So they tell Brian what happened.
And
Brian's like, yeah, she sounds really young.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. There's something off.
Brian, what?
Yeah. He's like, he's not affected by anything.
He's like, no, she sounds young and hot. We do cyber.
Right. We cyber a lot.
We fiddly wink.
She hoodwinks me.
Oh my God. So he wants the truth. He seems pretty sad.
He seems sad, but I don't know. You don't get much emotion from him.
Well, she joins the chat right away.
Fast.
Is she Pamela Anderson?
Okay, so I'm looking and I'm like, is that me from the neck down?
It was Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. So, well, thank you. I'll take that compliment.
It was Pamela Anderson from her home improvement days.
But that was good, Pamela Anderson, too. I wish that I could have seen this person's face, though.
Okay. But also, this was like, I will tell you, it was like a low budget film.
Yes.
At the way that she wouldn't show her face.
It was weird.
It was very weird.
It was so staged, clearly.
She's like, I'm married, I'm older. And then she's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta get back to my marriage.
Right.
Wait, what?
She's like, dude, I can't do this anymore.
And then she changes her voice.
Right.
And says, dude, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
And then it's like, oh, what's going to happen here?
You know, like, when you're having an affair, right?
You
know this better because you're married.
Yeah, sure.
And you're like, oh, hey, listen, can I call you later? I have to get back to my marriage real quick.
Right. Well, that's what I do. That's what I say. My family.
Yeah. BRB.
BRB, got to go be with my family.
Get back to my marriage. So she wants to talk to Cammie and Neve alone. I don't know if anyone knows about TV.
I know, but why does everyone do this?
Is this but I do like when they usually do that thing where they're like, all right, why don't you guys talk alone?
Sure.
We'll leave. And
Me
it's like,
too.
there's still 7 cameras.
No, I know, but still, it's so cute. They make them think they're alone.
All right, well, the chairs switch and dun, dun, dun. It's Isaac's.
Do you know I didn't know it was Isaac at first?
Really?
I was like, who is this? And I was like, oh, that's Isaac.
Well, it's him.
I didn't recognize the eyes.
It's him. He's been talking on the phone with a higher pitched voice.
Yes.
And I like how they kind of get a kick out of this.
I mean, I got a little bit of a kick out of it.
No, but like, I feel like they should be mad.
I guess, but I think that maybe they knew. I feel like they knew.
Well, he said that he's in an open relationship and he was going to end things between him and Brian. And also he works at the hotel. He created this Stephanie account.
That's so funny.
And he said that, I think that me and Brian might still date.
But also they're always just about to end things. When the Catfish is like, I was going to tell him. But you reached out to me today.
Exactly. So now he still wants to date him because he says this is a quote, love is love.
Yeah, I get it. But like some people like just like are straight.
Right. But see, this is the thing. This boy, Isaacs, is very entitled.
Yes.
Because you expect people to just change their sexuality. Just change it.
And he feels like if someone gets to know him enough, how could they not want to be with him, whether he's a man or not?
This is a mental illness.
Yes.
So Brian comes in and Isaac's like, well, I'm still the same person. Literally not the same person.
No, you're actually the opposite of the same person.
You are very legitimately not the same person. You are actually, we're on the show because you're a different person.
Right. That's why we're on Catfish.
Well, Isaacs is annoyed that Brian won't hook up. Can I call him Isaacs?
I don't know. I called him Isaac, but I'm
you
sure
can call him Isaac. I'm calling him Isaacs.
Do it.
It's a plural for me.
All right.
He's annoyed that Brian won't hook up with him.
Well, you're right though. That's where the entitled attitude is. It's like, how dare you not want to hook up with me? How dare you be straight?
Also, there's some kind of delusion because he says Brian has talked to me as Isaac and he wanted to come in the back door and play in this mud. Okay. You're acting real brand new right now.
Okay. Then I'm like, what's happening here? This can't be real.
I know.
I think that right. And then he's like, well, he was sending me kissy emojis
and shirtless pictures to send to Stephanie, but he never said they were for Stephanie.
Well, but it's like, obviously they're for Stephanie.
Stop.
Also, okay, so you're giving Isaac pictures to send Stephanie. You never said that before. Why couldn't
Stephanie... but you said that you never talked to Isaac about Stephanie, and now this is a very big loophole.
Right, and why couldn't Stephanie then just send Isaac pictures to send to you?
Right, but also, who is Stephanie? Who are these pictures? No one ever...
Well, that's the thing. They never addressed that.
I hate this. There's so many loopholes in this. He said that he never talked to Isaacs about Stephanie ever again. And yet now they're sending kissy emojis. They're saying goodnight to...
Right.
What's happening?
Right.
Okay. Well, Isaac said that Brian is in the past. Oh, no. Isaac said that in the past he's catfished and it's ends up being a relationship.
Right. So listen, that might be fine for, I guess, some people, but it's not fine for Brian, and you can't be mad
Bryn and
that
Isaacs.
It's not. Right.
Well, also, Brian is fairly graceful.
He's much nicer than I've seen people be on this show. I can say that.
Now, Isaacs wants to be friend. Brian said no.
Right.
We can still be friends on Snapchat, and you could still call me if you need anything. Why even say that?
Why say that? But then again, right. Why are you keeping him even on Snapchat?
Right. So now this is what Isaac says. If Brian ever gets a wild hair in his ass, I'm still here. Okay, Brian. Isaac, stop.
Yeah, Isaac
he has all these puns.
Now you're being creepy.
So Brian said, he's like, yeah, I'll be straight. What?
It's like, I don't know what.
There's a lot of play on words.
There is, right. The whole backdoor mud thing really got me.
That was so graphic.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's going there, like
There's
all the way
involved
there.
In this,
and he's aware.
Oh my God. Well, guess what, Noelle?
Mm,
They're
tell
still
me.
online friends. They're still friends.
But who's the idiot here?
Brian,
Right. It's Brian, because you know full well what you're signing on to
you
with
could only
Isaacs.
talk to Stephanie through Isaacs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Everything's fine.
I don't know. It's very weird. This has been a weird season thus far. This is a weird episode. Better than last week's, though.
Wow. Very, very much
Yeah.
better than last week's, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I'm here for the ride, Noelle.
I am too. I wonder if they're always going to do it on Zoom from now on. I was wondering that.
I hope so.
I listen, it's a lot easier than waiting in the park the whole time for
Noelle,
people to
there's
show
so
up.
much waiting in the park. There's so much flying. There's so many hotel rooms.
I know. It's just different. Mm-hmm.
It's so much better. So much better. I think that moving forward, Zoom is the way to go. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, an amazing review on iTunes. Also, we have stickers for sale. It's our logo. $4 per sticker. You can Venmo me. My Venmo is in my Instagram at Trixie Tuzini. We're also I think we should make a Facebook group for this.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, we'll probably do that very soon.
Okay.
In the meantime, make sure you follow us. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and Stereo. Join Stereo because you never know when we're going to go live. And also, Noelle is at Noe Girl.
That's me.
That is you. But more importantly, guys, join the Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast, and you will get access literally to everything that's ever happened in our lives.
And there's so much that's happened, guys.
More than you would even imagine. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Tracey Carnazzo.
I'm Noelle Winters Herzog.
Signing off.
Bye.
Bye.